Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls.
I'll spit in those spittoons we all have.
Yeah.
It's 1855 or something. I don't know.
Welcome. Before we get started, a few announcements. Here they are. Number one, other shows here on the channel. We got lots for you to choose from. Last night, Starfield happened. Go and watch Alessandra become a space cowgirl. Take down a old retired military operation that was stealing land from farmers and uncover a mysterious plot in the Freestar Collective's council. And then get a ship at the end of it as a thank you. And then they went and started to hunt some xenomorphs. I mean terrormorphs. So if y'all want to see Alessandra as a space pirate fighting scary giant aliens, FOD last night.
Then, are they aliens if they're like bioengineered?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Then Wednesday nights, Wild Ambition. That's what you're watching right now. Of course, on Thursdays we're off. I'm going to Boo at the Zoo tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh, that's fun. That's a fun name for like a Halloween event at the zoo.
Yeah, Boo at the Zoo.
They make it into a carnival. There's like a Ferris wheel. There's cool little attractions.
You going to Boo at the Zoo with your boo?
I'm going to Boo at the Zoo with Emily.
Aww. You gotta say I'm going to Boo at the Zoo with my boo.
After her anime convention head meeting, because she's the artist coordinator for the convention this year.
I refuse to go to Boo this year because there's a giant spider and I would scream.
There's a giant spider.
It's
Don't let your fears be
horrifyingly
fears,
realistic look.
Matthew.
It's horrifying realistic looking.
And the next Thursday, Matt and I are doing the Critical Role live show together.
Oh God, Will and I are going to be sitting
fun.
next to each other for 4 hours and 45 minutes. Will we survive each other?
We'll find out on Friday, because on Friday is Astral Calling. It's our D&D 5e show. And there's a lot that's going to happen after this current arc is done. And that's all I'll say.
Whatever do you mean?
Moving right along on Saturday, Salt and Strategy.
Woo.
We finish Solasta this week.
Wait, isn't it Salt and Sorcery?
I thought it was Salt and Strategy. Right
No,
now.
I don't know. Am I gaslighting myself?
I think you are. It's Salt and Strategy.
Am I
right
the
now.
girl boss?
Are you the Taylor Swift?
No. I do not have the pipes.
Then on Sunday, Cozy Co-op, Will, Sarah, Emily playing some Sunhaven. And yes, we are going to do the peaceful route. I don't get to kill the Dragon of Darkness. Sad.
You're not doing the Stardew genocide route?
No, we're not.
Jesus.
We're
Where
doing...
you have to fight Sans Undertale at the end?
That is one fight that I'm very proud to have no-hit at one point.
The Sans fight?
Yeah.
McKenna presses
Genocide route player.
Completionist player.
point at him.
Completionist player who wanted to 100% a game, and you all know I have that problem. Then
As long as you acknowledge it as a problem.
on Monday, Strength of Thousands AP. Speaking of me being a problem, Strength of Thousands AP. Monday night.
Who knows what's going to happen? I surely don't. The players they've gone off the rails.
We've gone fully off the AP. I'm just going with them, and I'm enjoying the ride. It's fun.
I mean, we're slowly getting back onto the rails.
As Will put it, I hard-locked one side quest into the next part of the AP. Oh, you want to do this thing on the side quest? Go do the rest of the AP. You need a flower.
Well, and since we may need Mercedes items to undo what has been done in the other portion of Matthew's homebrew hootenanny.
I was going to say extravaganza, but hootenanny's fun.
It had an alliteration and also is thematically appropriate for tonight's events, so that was what I was going for.
Is it a shindig, a hootenanny, or a confab?
Ooh. Hootenanny had the alliteration.
Yeah.
Regardless, so if we end up needing Mercedes to deal with Kiara, then, you know, that problem solves itself. We get back to the AP. But who knows? Maybe we just won't ever get back to the AP.
If you want to find out what the hell we're talking about, tune in on Monday.
Like I said, I assumed that we were going to get back to the AP around mid-November, probably around November. Probably around November 20th, about a week after the Witch remaster comes out on the 15th.
What a crazy random happenstance.
What a crazy happenstance.
I have two Krogerts.
I do not suspect that, but we'll see.
That's fair. Then, of course, that's all the shows on the channel. Check them out. Watch VODs. Go to our YouTube channel. Hang out in our Discord if you want.
Yeah.
You can join our Discord at the following link, because unless you pay for Nitro, it changes every week.
Aww.
So the Nightbot command does not work well, but it does. We just had some wonderful talking with someone from chat in our Q&A section asking some Pathfinder questions. And you all might get some cool Charlotte art out of it now too, which is going to be fun. Moving right along, of course, the reason why you are all here is because of the awesome people we have here on this channel. And those awesome people are as follows. head of awesome and responsible for all the lovely overlays you see here for our tabletop streams, we have Matt playing Lorgar. How are you doing tonight, Matt?
I'm doing just fine, though I'm here to tell you a problem with James Bond. His classic order, shaken, not stirred, that is not how you order a martini, because the reason you stir it is not to chip the ice. James Bond is ordering a watered-down martini and being snooty about it.
Yeah.
Typical.
The reason Matt has brought that up is because I have made myself a shaken cold brew. This is Honey Madeline's order, actually, which is why I made it. This is cold brew, rose water, and honey.
Also another reason is because with the accent I try and give Lorgar, Daniel Craig is never far from my mind, because I'm always thinking of Benoit Blanc.
Very true, very true.
Speaking of honey, the person playing Miss Honey Madeline tonight is, of course, the person in charge of all the artwork here on the channel. We have McKenna. Go and watch a TikTok that very much hits close to home for me tonight.
Oh, is it the one that I posted tonight?
Yeah, I went and saw.
I didn't
watched
even think
already.
it was that funny.
I thought it was good. It wasn't like, it was funny, but it wasn't like gut busting funny. But it was just like,
No.
oh, I'm in this video and I don't like it.
Yep, that's me. I do TikTok. I play a gunslinger. Her name is Honey Madeline. Sibling to Christine Madeline, who's sadly not here with us tonight because they have to work. Ew.
Boo! How dare they make money?
Blech.
Speaking of, though, someone who I still don't know how. I still don't know what they do, and I've known them for years. We have Abby playing Dee Dee of Abby's
So
Rules the
real.
Stage.
I don't know what I do either, to be honest. I barely survive, especially because somebody was shitting all over the apartment all weekend and cost me $500 to get a vet to tell me, oh, she has a tummy ache.
God damn it,
Cam.
Why did you
One
take him to a
brain cell.
vet?
The filthy animal.
Oh my goodness. Now the culprit is right here asking to be picked up at the worst angle.
Don't squeeze them too hard.
Oh God.
Now, she's had some solids recently, so I think she's over the worst of it, but she's very, very needy still.
Where do you find these dogs?
I have a type, apparently.
Well,
I'm
if
not
it's-
trying to be rude, but where do you find these dogs?
It wasn't cancer this time, so that's a bonus.
It
Just
wasn't
watch.
cancer yet.
Just you start
Yes.
knocking on wood right now, young lady.
What do you have to say for yourself, Cookie?
They're very much.
guilty.
They're very quiet.
Cookie is a pretty quiet dog compared to Iggy, but she also does the like, hey, pay attention to me, bork sometimes.
Oh, the Bork.
Aw.
Well,
yeah, especially in the
everyone-
morning.
Everyone loves a good Bork. And Shy will be with us in a little bit of time. They're just on their way. It's the LA traffic that is
Was that-
always pain.
Was
What?
that the transition? Is everyone loves a good bork, especially
Really
Shy.
Shy.
She'll be here. in
Yeah.
15,
Have you
20
ever
minutes.
heard
Whose dog
Wasabi?
also
Have
makes
you
pork?
have you ever heard
Of
Wasabi
course I
Bork?
have heard Wasabi. I miss Wasabi.
Wasabi's Bork is adorable.
I want to go hang out with Wasabi and also Shy, but like, I miss Wasabi.
I am very excited for like the week after Rose's wedding that I'm going to be in like Zoe's area, where I'll be able to get to Shy relatively easily and be like, "Hello, I have Sailor Moon stickers for you."
Aw, are you renting a car?
I was thinking about it. I haven't fully decided yet. I was also just going to Uber around, like, for the
Because
first.
there's no way you're getting to Shy without a car.
Oh, well, fair enough. I'll have to figure that out then. But yeah, I think that's everything. That's all of our announcements. That's all of our introductions. Hi, I'm Will, also known as Tabletop Rolls here on the internet. Ka-chow. My arms feel like noodles because I lifted weights for the first time today. I'm going to roll the intro. Last time on Wild Ambition.
Oh boy.
What? This is my Wild West voice.
Boy, you sound like a goddamn fool.
It's the wildest ride in the wilderness. It's the Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I knew you were doing a bit. I just couldn't place the bit.
Yeah, it's Big
It's
Thunder
all
Mountain.
bits.
It's my favorite.
Bits all the way down.
It's my favorite Disney coaster. But last time on Wild Ambition, our party found themselves in the land of the dead, trying to get the soul of one Darla back to the living realms. Upon their success and upon the meeting the progenitor of all vampires in the world and the person powering the plane of death, a certain Calmian man.
Wait, did they say they were progenitor of all vampires in the world? Because that flew by me like a albatross.
They said they were the first. They were the first mortal to break. They were the first one to break mortality. They are the progenitor vampire.
Okay, but did they say that exact phrase?
They did not say that
vampires?
exact phrase, but from what they were saying, that was the goal of the context clues.
I feel that's a tad of a leap, but you are the DM. I shall take your word for it and hope it does not come up again.
Well,
Buddy,
Lorgar,
who do you think stuck his fingers in the back of your head and gave you magic wispy eyes? You think that's not going to come up again?
To be fair, that might be entirely cosmetic.
Okay.
You know, like bleach tips or something if I had hair. But I don't.
Could you imagine Lorgar with bleached tips?
I don't even have hair. I am an alligator man.
Bleached scale tips?
My
All
God.
spiky?
I mean, that's just gradients at that point.
Okay, smartass. Technically, frosted tips were gradients the whole time.
Yes, but that's referring to something very specific.
Okay, Matthew. Do you want me to just say that you're right? Would it make you feel better if I say that you're right?
I'm not even sure what we're talking about no more. What is happening? I'm in a cave with a dead cat.
we were trying to do the recap, but then I was
There was
Derailed.
a penny on the tracks.
there was a penny on the tracks, and they were not combat ready. But
Will, did you metaphorically tie a penny to the tracks? Did you twirl your mustache as you did so?
Oh God!
Yeah. Snidely whiplash looking mother.
Get him! Get him!
All right, but made it back from land of dead. Lorgar made a deal with a vampire who was held in prison in the middle of the plane of death. That won't come back to bite him, but and they eventually made it back to the mortal plane, where they saw that Candor and Christine had protected the party's unconscious bodies very well from a number of black powder ruffians that were in the cave that came out to see what was going on after the commotion. After such, our party made it into the cave, collected the prisoners, including a reporter from Corvangeline, who promptly gave Honey a pretty little gift.
An interview and a trophy.
Yep. The trophy for up-and-coming journalist.
Yeah. I won an award.
Also, by the way, did we actually get paid for that whole job?
Not yet.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Mm.
And
I don't like the way you said that, Will.
Lastly, our party made it back home, and they went off, had a nice little rest. Honey went to bed swearing about their upcoming interview.
Man wants to pry, and I ain't pleased about it.
Dee Dee went and talked with her alien friend. And Lorgar went back to the peace and quiet of their cave. When the night goes by, it is quiet and restful, and everyone benefited from the benefits of a long rest.
Much appreciated.
However, in the morning, there is a new shadow looming over the town.
Oh.
Quite literally, as just outside of town, a very large tent has been set up. It is a
Oh God.
cloth tent with this sort of like red and white striped pattern on the top of it.
Is
And
it a circus tent?
it is, in fact, a circus tent, as a circus has come to Gull Line.
As
A
if we needed
circus?
any more clowns in this goddamn neighborhood.
But I'm bummed.
Has the circus ever come to Gull Line, at least in Honey's lifetime?
Nope.
Also, I like that
Ruh-roh.
we're saying the circus, like we know which circus, like there's only one and we know about it.
Has any circus ever come to Gull Line before? You're in a mood tonight, Matthew.
I am already halfway through my grape juice.
If
Oh, is
we
that what it is?
if we include Christine and Honey, we could say a family circus came. Have you got that? I'm proud of that.
I didn't get it.
Comic strip.
In the newspapers, something your generation perhaps is not too accustomed to.
Hey,
What can I say? I'm just so young.
I read. But
That's. I'm just gonna let that one slide by.
we're picking up there. It's the morning. A circus has come to Gull Line by the looks of it.
How many fire spells do I know?
And I think we'll pick up with, just because they are mid-chew, Miss Dee Dee.
That was cruel.
Oh, so
I was-
everyone's in a mood tonight.
I mean, there's just less people to pick on, so it gets
true.
concentrated.
Will didn't even.
I
need the grape
escape
juice.
bullying very regularly, so I'll accept it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Miss Dee Dee, when you awake outside your window, you can see a big top. You can see basically a number of people driving the last few stakes to get the tent set up into the ground. And, you know, they're starting to get going and starting to, like, get things set up. They have, like, a number of, like, carts that have things like fortune tellers, exotic animals, and exotic animals. It's literally just 3 cards that say exotic animals on them.
Gigi's eyes narrow out this window. Up until now, she has had the monopoly on entertainment. This is competition. This is war. Cookie, what are you doing? This is war.
That's fair. But Dee Dee, it is the morning. Yaka has given you basically like a few days off after hearing what happened, so you're free to do whatever you want. Anything in particular spark thy fancy?
I want to do a quick survey of the neighborhood, see if anybody else seems rather discontented by this circus.
The townsfolk are looking at it kind of weird, like, the fuck is a circus doing in Gull Line?
Okay. Damn it, Shy's not here! Ah!
She should be here any minute.
Once Shy is here, I might have a bit of a plan, but, until then, I'm just gonna... Oh, I'm gonna go to, oh, God, I keep forgetting her name, the alien friend.
Maya?
Maya! I'm gonna go to Maya, and I'll knock on her door, and I'll say, hey, Maya, I don't
Yo.
want to, like, necessarily take advantage of your whole, mind reading thing, but, can you sense what is going on with that goddamn circus?
I mean, it's a circus. They appear to be setting it up. It's just what I've noticed.
Nothing nefarious?
I mean, it's not like they've gone around saying, yes, we're going to kidnap all the children and eat them. So,
Not yet.
I mean, there's no thoughts of, like, eating children. So, I mean, I'll take it.
Fair enough. I'm gonna do a little, investigating.
Okay.
Down the road after Dee Dee gets here, or after Darla gets here. I did it. I did the Dee Dee Darla mix up this time. God damn it.
Contagious. As you're in Maya's room, you can see out her window, like you're on the ground floor now. Out the window is like the central like flap of the tent, and like coming out of it now is a gnome. And as they step out, the hat on their head grows. to be about 3 times the size of their body.
That seems inappropriate.
Another no.
Yeah.
Did your hat just grow, or are you happy to see me?
That's what I'm saying.
It is. It is the gnome itself is about 4 feet tall, and the hat is 12 feet.
Jesus Christ.
What Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale
Doug
Dimmadome,
Dimmadome.
pun are you about to make?
There's not going to be a pun. It's just a cool hat.
Cool is a relative term. I'm gonna keep my eye on this fella.
Yeah, he seems to be barking orders at folks. Honey, we'll cut to you waking up this morning. You got the lovely little circus outside that you can now hear and kind of smell. Some very strange animal smells on the wind that you're not used to, but after a few minutes,
Lorgar is not going to be pleased about that.
Well, when is Lorgar pleased about anything?
Lorgar will be especially displeased with that, you contrary asshole.
I'm not being contrary. I'm just commenting on my own.
Oh, are you not being contrary, Matthew?
No, that I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was commenting.
Oh,
that,
are you not disagreeing with me, Matthew?
All right, I think you're in the mood tonight. That's the commonality here.
Fair enough. Anyway, I think beyond being mildly suspicious of like, what is this circus doing here? This is not a large enough town to sustain. There's like 12 people who live here.
Mm-hmm.
Why? How are they planning on making money off of, 12 people? The math ain't mathing, but that's their problem. I have an interview to prepare for. And when is that?
At your earliest convenience, either Duple. Hi, Shy. We're live. Either whenever you're able to meet with them, they said in the next couple of days. They're going to be in town for like the next 4 days.
I think Honey wants to get this over with as early as possible, and also talk to him before he has a chance to talk to anyone else.
Okay. They are staying in the inn, so you can probably find them pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'll head on down to the inn.
All right. They're just sitting enjoying some like morning coffee. Stirring, they look up. Oh, Miss Honey Madeline, good to see you.
Oh, good morning. How you finding the food?
Edible. Good, fine. Sorry, I realize that describing something as edible may seem disingenuous, but it's good.
Not as good as the fare in Corvangeline.
I don't know. I've not had enough to come to a reputable value judgment, in my opinion.
Interesting. All right. Well, I just wanted to see if you wanted to take care of that interview so you could, go about your business.
I mean, of course, I'm more than happy to if it's convenient for you.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Do you want to just do it here, or should we run up to my room and
I can do it. I can take care of it here if you don't mind.
He says, "All right, just give me a moment to," and he just quickly scarfs down the rest of the food, picks up the
please
plate.
Take your time. I'm not in any kind of rush.
Picks up the plate and goes and takes the plate and puts it on the counter.
Oh, that's awful sweet of you.
And then walks back. It's like, I'm literally the only one in here, and yeah. Anyway, so Miss Honey Madeline, winner of the up and coming journalist award.
Aww.
Basically, we're just going to talk about you for a little bit. Now, I personally hate talking about myself. So, if that is a similar feeling to you, let's just make this as painless as possible, shall we?
It absolutely is similar for me. Thank you.
All right, then. So, before I get started and before I start writing anything down, let me just ask you, anything off limits that you don't want to talk about, like family history, that type of thing, understand entirely, just let me know.
Well, the only small hiccup in that is that, Christine and I didn't come to Gallland until we were
I think it was around 7 by the time we made it out here. And I don't rightly remember a whole lot of it before that.
Fair enough.
So that's the only thing about that. But anything else from Gall Line forward, I'd be happy to answer questions about.
Hey, honey,
Yeah.
make me a deception check.
Yeah. Come on, roll 20. Big money, roll 20. I will take a 26.
26 is a success.
It's a 15 on a die phase, yeah.
Yeah, of course, fair enough. Then let's see. Grew up in the wilds. Wilds don't like that.
Wilds?
I'm trying to frontier. There we go. Frontier born.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Next up is pretty simple. What made you want to get into journalism?
Well, I think that there are a lot of stories that don't get told that ought to get told. And I think that it's important to shine a light on those narratives, and that if nobody else is going to do it, then I have a responsibility to do it. And, you know, there's something nice about telling other people's stories when I got holes in mine, you know what I mean?
Yep, wholeheartedly, Miss Honey Madeline. One more question for you. And then I think we're pretty well able to wrap it up. I can come up with enough fluff to fill out the article about your life here. And this is something that I'm more curious about. What are your goals as a writer?
Goals as a writer. Oh, honestly, I hadn't thought all that much about it. I just, you know, when you find something that you're kind of good at and you just sort of go with that because it feels good to be good at something. I think my goal is to run my own race and not compare myself to other people, and just make every article better than the last one. That's my goal.
How very noble of you.
I don't know about that. It's a pretty self-centered goal if you ask me.
Alright, well, that should do it. Like I said, it's only a short little blurb, so not much needed for it, but thank you for taking your time.
Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. What are you going to do in Gauline if you don't mind my asking? He got 4 days out here, but I don't know if there's 4 days of activities.
I have a little bit of work to do here and there throughout the area. Have to cover the final railway spike being put in, and
well, make sure you say hi to Sylvia.
I will, and there's a couple other leads for some stories I want to try to track down. Speaking of which, a general store, how well do you know the owner?
Alec, pretty well. He's sort of a, how you would say, kind of a mainstay around here. He's a constant.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kicking around town, or he hightail it out of here?
Oh, out of character. Well, remind me, he did have somewhere that he was running off to, did he not?
He went out to go and do some camping.
You know what? He got some rough timing, bud. He just went out camping of all things.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Don't apologize to me. It's going to make Cander's job harder than anything else.
Sorry.
She sort of laughs at the idea of Cander's job being harder, and it's not a nice laugh.
That's fine. Bounty hunting's tough business. And he just kind of like puts the thing down and says, "All right, well, I'll leave you to it."
Wait, I'm sorry. Is there a bounty out on Alec?
Yes. That's part of why Cander's here.
Whatever for? Alec, all he does is
running that general store all
Oh,
day.
he killed a woman.
What?
Yeah, he
No, he didn't. You're so silly.
He murdered in cold blood a young lady he was romantically involved with.
Just to watch her die.
You know, the only person Alec has ever been romantically involved in is his wife, who passed and who, I mean, quite frankly, journalist to journalist, I've always been curious about it, but it's just not the kind of thing you go around asking. It ain't polite.
I mean, quite frankly, he's never been married. Records show that.
Shit! Well, maybe, fancy Corvangeline records, but as far as everyone is concerned out here,
Yeah,
they
he
were
was
husband and wife.
He was involved with a daughter of one of the merchants who made a pretty good fortune up in Corvangeline. She just wanted to leave him for a council member, and Alec killed her in cold blood.
Interesting.
He does hate
Which
the council.
council member, if you don't mind my asking?
It's been a while. I don't know off the top of my head, but I can get back to you. I'll write back to you and let you know.
Any chance it was that one that just goes by, I don't know, whatever title they have at the time?
Counselor?
That's the one.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that tracks. Not that I have any evidence on it. But that specific council member, Shady Boots is what we say around here. Shady Boots.
They have their moments, but the evidence against Alec is pretty cut and dry.
Yeah,
There's
they're good at that.
several witnesses who saw them with the knife over the body.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I guess they picked a good time to clear out of town.
Yeah. I wonder if Sylvia told them. Anyway. That's beside the point.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'll leave you to the rest of your day, Miss Honey Madeline.
Well, thank you kindly. I appreciate it. You have a
enjoy
good day
yourself.
now.
You as well.
And I take my cold brew and rose water and honey and I leave.
Yeah, the second you came in, Yucca started getting it ready for you, and they just put it in a little mug.
Yeah, they did. A little travel mug.
Shy.
Hi, Shy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the
You
second
fucking
time,
with the
Shy,
people
for your
mid-bite.
I
information.
am.
Will keeps asking people things mid-bite.
Shy, can you do me a favor? Can you roll me a d4?
This is to determine the fate of Darla, so roll well. Ooh.
It's a 4.
So, Darla,
I know what this means.
upon your return to the mortal coil,
You're welcome.
there were some interesting changes with your body, as one of your past lives kind of got intertwined with your spirit a bit.
Okay.
You were actually a princess from the moon.
Hell yeah.
No, don't listen to me.
I mean, it would that would be very on brand for Shy. But more importantly, Darla, ever since you've woken up, you've had this sort of rocky sort of texture to some of your skin.
Oh god, am I part rock?
You have gained one of your past ancestries, or access to feats from your last ancestry. You've gained stuff from the Orid. So you can pick a level 1 ancestry feat from the Orid ancestry, which is the Earth Elemental ancestry. And yeah.
Okay.
To give you an idea, Shy, I was given 4 ancestry/heritages to choose from, and I put Duskwalker, Damphir, and I forget the third one, but the fourth one was the rock person. That I was like, haha, Darla is a rock person.
Amazing.
And of course, that's the one you rolled.
Amazing.
Darla is very confused by this new texture of skin.
It's very rocky. It's very interesting.
Where is she right now? She's in the morgue?
No, you're in your room with You're in like Gimbal and Grembel's house. They've abandoned it.
Okay.
They just kind of like left the keys, and they've just kind of left.
Okay.
They left a very apologetic note, being like, "Miss Darla, sorry, but the two of us just can't continue on like this. We're going to go and get our own little place. Keep the house. Keep all the stuff here. It's all yours.
Why would they do that?
Sure. Darla reads this note equally confused because she doesn't understand what happened. All she knows now is she lives alone and her skin is rocks. I guess she goes out of the house to look for honey.
There's a big tent. There's a big circus tent in town. And then you also
Sailor Moon's remarks taught me not to trust that.
And then you also see Honey walking out of the inn in town.
I take note of the circus tent, but I feel like my skin is my most concerning factor at the moment. So I run to Honey and I just respond with, "Do I look different?"
Not that different, but I don't want to take your concerns for granted. What's going on?
For granted.
Do I look like a normal girl? Like a normal, like small,
What is
petite
normal in this
woman?
world,
Like,
especially?
There's nothing normal about you, Darla.
there's nothing different.
Well, Will, is it visibly different?
I mean, you can see patches of rock on Darla. That, like, at the time you just thought Darla was lying down on the dirt. It's probably just, some rock, but that's just kind of there.
Oh, sweetheart, when's the last time you took a bath?
It's not going away. It's there. It's there.
So you took a bath and it's not going away?
Well, no, but like if I touch it, it stays.
All right, let me. Oh, she pulls a little hanky out and she like licks it a little bit and.
Feels like you're rubbing stone, Honey.
Was it like one of those
Hell, I'll
weird
be.
porous rocks you use in the shower for exfoliating or
Yeah.
whatever it's called?
Hummus?
Hummus. Thank you.
So,
Is
It's been-
Darla pumice?
No, it's more of a shale.
Interesting. Well, schist.
And that's the name of the episode.
Darla, you've done something I didn't think was possible. I've
What?
never seen anything like this before.
Me either.
Well, you are what you eat.
I mean, I do eat a lot of rocks, but I never thought.
A lot of rocks, dear.
Why is there a circus tent? Let's focus on one thing at a time.
I do not know why there's a circus tent. I don't know why anyone would come out to Gall Line with a circus. There ain't half enough people here to fill a tent like that, let alone all the attractions. Not to mention, Lorgar is going to pitch a fit once he sees all those animals in cages.
I just don't trust clown people.
As you're
That's
saying this, you
smart.
see a number of like guys walking into the cages, which currently don't have any animals in them. And then they just stand there for a couple seconds, and they kind of like let out a heavy sigh, and then the cages are filled with animals.
From
Magic
where?
animals.
Well, the guys are
Okay.
gone. The animals are there.
Oh, so they're druids, and they ain't even animals. They're
fucking weird. Just stare and be gawked at all day. What on earth? Well, Darla, do you want to go to the circus, or do you want to maybe have like a spa day or something and forget that is there?
I would like the second one, but I think for story purposes, we should go with the first one.
You can do the second one. That's fine. It's a circus.
Darla, honey, she kind of like on Darla's head.
You do hit rock. There is like a rock patch.
Oof.
Well, there ain't a doctor around here, is there?
The
As long as
closest.
we don't run into any clown folk, I'm okay.
Well, there might be clown folk in the surface, dear. Circus.
Circus. Alec was a doctor. Alec's a doctor.
Shit.
Yeah.
Those jackasses are gonna go take Alec and leave us without any sort of health care or anything. Good lord.
It's at that moment, Dee Dee, you're probably stepping out into the sun. You see now slightly more rocky looking Darla and Honey standing in the middle.
I got a lot of questions right now. We're gonna save the rock Darla for question number 2. Question number 1, who's taking Alec?
So, get this. Here's the hot gossip. You know that wife of his that he's always mooning over, that painting?
Oh yeah, he loves her
Oh, yeah, the
so
sweet
much. You
one.
can see it in his eyes.
Apparently, all that love he has for her, well, we'll see about that, because there's a bounty out on his head for murdering her. And apparently, they were never actually married. At least not in the law of Corvangeline, and, you know, who knows how reasonable that law is, but...
I knew there was something weird about him.
Well, yeah, but he's also the town's only doctor and only source of food and clothing and, well, everything, really.
Now that's pickle.
Yeah, just a bit.
All right. We're gonna put a pin in that. Question number 2, Darla, why do you look like you're turning into a rock?
I don't know.
Did you eat that blue rock?
No.
I mean,
Well, you did have it in her mouth for a long time. Do you think that did it?
I mean,
All I
she
know is
did
my
die.
skin feels weird. I'm not a big texture person.
Oh.
Dear. She did, you know, pass on and come back, so...
Oh, you think it's
That
some of that
might
like
have something to
flesh-eating
do.
bacteria or something?
Well, am I dying again?
No, maybe. No.
Hope not. Not after all the work we put in to get you back.
Yeah, if you're dying, I've got to go complain to Death or something. One of those
Yeah.
useless receptionists.
Me too. I got a lot of questions about what happened.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, specifically, what the fuck happened to me?
Well, you died, and then we went into the world of the undead.
Yeah, so I come back as a rock?
I don't know.
Um,
I guess.
as the three of you have this conversation, we're going to cut to Lorgar in their cave. Lorgar, it's a nice day. The sun is, well, the sun should be shining into your cave right now.
The tank
But
is clean, and we are getting out of.
There's no sun shining in your cave, Lorgar.
I mean, sometimes there are clouds, so
But it's like blocked. It's like something's blocking the sun. It's not a cloud. It's like a hard, dark shadow.
well, we're gonna deal with that in a moment. I just need to sit and have a little conversation with my cat first.
Meow,
You see,
meow,
Salt.
meow, 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 meow,
Pers-
meow.
Precisely. Diversified portfolio is important. You're quite right. No, so Salt, I know you're not going to have much to say in this particular matter, but I feel the need to sort of just voice these thoughts I've been having. So, it is undeniable that our dear comrade from town died because of our actions. We were reckless and
Meow.
irresponsible. Yes,
Meow.
you can point your little paw at me. Yes,
Meow. 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 Meow.
especially Roland, because I know those paws have killed, and they will kill again. I know. I have no doubt. But I feel that I engaged in a little self-reflection on the train ride back to town,
Mhm.
and I feel like I finally reached a decision following this adventure. I need to double down. I need to be in more control. I need more power.
Meow.
I need to ensure
Mhm.
that I am in control of every situation.
Meow. 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 Meow.
And I feel I'm taking the absolute correct lesson from everything that has transpired here.
Meow. Meow.
I appreciate your honest feedback, Salt, despite the fact that I seemingly created you and gave you an unlaugh. I feel like you are giving me honest and balanced feedback here.
Meow.
I don't know how you're doing that without thumbs. Oh God, did you take those thumbs from someone you killed? Oh
Meow.
dear. I mean, I appreciate the resourcefulness.
Alt and Vim would get along very well.
All right. Well, I suppose we need to go get paid. I need to get that. I need to get that gold for that job we've done. So I suppose we best head back into town.
Meow. Meow.
Hopefully it'll be a quick in and out, and also maybe we'll find out what the hell's going on with the sun today.
Lorgar, as you step out of your cave, you can see what's been blocking out your sun as a massive tent has been set up
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
outside town, tall enough to block out the sun in Lorgar's area. To give you like a more description of this tent would be like a four. This tent is taller than any building in town. It's like a 4-story tent. Like there, you see a bird Lorgar smash into the side of it and then just like recover and fly around the thing.
I mean, it is a tent. I don't know. I worry about that bird. Why would you fly into a tent? Though I imagine also Lorgar has absolutely no frame of reference for what a circus is. Well, looks like the town has finally been invaded by people wearing striped cloth. Huh. You know what? I'm gonna go find someone who knows more about this than I am, and then I'll decide whether I need to set it on fire.
All right, and we'll cut back to the girlies in the town square now.
Before we do anything with this clowns and tent, we may need to seek out Candor and get our pay. That son of a bitch didn't pay us.
True, especially since, from the looks of it, my future pay may be a little, messed with, thanks to these visitors.
Lorgar,
E.
you see the girlies stand in the middle of the square.
Also, of course, Salt came with me. They're riding along in the hood. Howdy, folks. Any news on us getting our fair wages for their job we did?
We were just talking about that.
What's different to you?
I'm gonna
Honey
make
stands behind Darla, shaking her
I'm gonna
head
make a
vigorously.
perceptions check to see if I see Honey doing that.
19.
Yeah, I probably do. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest with you. All you smoother skin types, it's a little hard, me to notice much in the way of differences. I don't know. Did you stay out in the sun too long?
Probably.
Yeah. Also,
That might be.
also, I should say this. I probably said it when we got on the train and when we came back from all that craziness in the afterlife or something, but I should say this at least once more. I'm sorry for blowing you up.
It's okay. Death happens.
I mean, that is true. It is an important part of the cycle of life. We got to feed them worms so the birds can eat the worms, and it's a whole cycle. It's important.
But I came back different, right?
I mean, did you
I
do
think
something?
we all came back different, Darla.
Did you do something different with the fur on your head?
No, maybe. I'm
Um,
very confused by things.
I mean, it looks good no matter what you did.
Okay.
Y'all could learn something from her.
Darla starts picking at her skin. She's very concerned.
No,
Oh,
don't do that.
Darla,
You might make it
sweetheart.
worse. It might spread.
Honey looks at Dee Dee like, why would you say that?
Looking at it, you know. It could be that like eczema or something. I don't know.
Dee Dee, you know what I think would make you feel a whole lot better?
What?
More gold in your purse.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go talk to that. What's his face?
Yeah, let's get paid.
Yeah, Candor.
Candor. I keep wanting to say Candace, but I know that's wrong.
Call him that, it'd be real funny. He'd probably take it real personal.
Yeah, probably.
So y'all head back into the tavern. Coming down from their room is Candor. Kind of sees you all. Perfect timing. All right, let's settle up, shall we?
Please.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sorry about not doing it last night. I was just tired as the tired as all hell.
What was he going to say?
Tired as the dead.
Hmm.
And he thought better of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. He just kind of like goes into his pack and starts like pulling out like a little couple things. Alrighty, Miss Honey Madeline.
Thank you kindly.
Christine, Miss Honey Madeline.
Thank you kindly.
Darla, a little bit extra in here for you, Miss Honey Madeline.
I do pass that to Darla.
Yep. Lorgar.
Yep.
And Miss Dee Dee.
I
Thank you
feel
kindly.
I feel compelled to ask Will, how much are we being handled here?
100 gold pieces each.
Delightful.
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Delicious.
Alrighty. If that's all that's to be said, unless you have interest in bounty hunting and getting some pay from that,
I mean, what kind of bounties are we talking about here?
some war criminals, a murderer, nothing too special, but
You talking about Alec?
yeah, you know him?
He's the only doctor in town, and also the only one importing any kind of goods that we can't grow ourselves. And without him, this whole town is sunk.
Yeah, you sure he
Lorgar.
did do it? Sure he did it?
Lorgar, who can cast heal and restoration, is about to raise a hand. Then he realizes, okay, I'm not technically in town, so technically she is correct.
Yes.
Well, I got bad news for you.
Yeah, you're dooming this entire town so
I'm
you
not
can get
dooming
paid.
the
I get
entire
it.
town so I can get paid. I'm bringing a murderer in for justice. Thank
Are
you.
you
Well,
sure
someone
he did
who
it?
you think is a murderer.
They literally red-handed, blood on his hands, over the body with a knife.
Okay, but we also thought we saw those rowdy old gang members in that one cave, and they turned out to be those freaky things.
That's true.
And if he was framed, he can tell me about it, and we can come to an amicable agreement for him to prove his innocence while he's in chains.
How can he prove his innocence if there's doppelgangers running
I
around?
would
He
look
can't prove
into it
nothing.
for him. I am somewhat competent, thank you.
Yeah, but if them higher ups in the government or yours are dead set on framing him, like it might seem
The
like it's possible
council would
for him
never
to do.
frame an innocent man. They are a just entity.
I don't know. Honey, didn't you say that one of them motherfuckers, it was the daughter that it was involved with, and so he might have a reason to want to frame him? I don't know. It sounds corrupt to me.
Hey, that was before that person was a member of a council. Well, they were a judge, thank you.
So even more.
Oh, so it's just the justice system that's corrupt over in Corvangeline. Good Lord, Candor. For someone named Candor, you'd think you'd be a little bit more honest. You have to know.
No, I'm being entire. My orders come directly from the league. I take mine from the league. I go and collect. That's what I do. I follow orders. And listen,
I'm sure that makes it real easy for you, Candor.
it
I do
does.
have another question though. You keep saying you're taking the orders from the league, but weren't
Yeah.
the league involved on like the other continent or whatever that
the
were
league
dead
has
set
a
on being against
the
and all
league
that?
has a seat on the council.
Mm.
They're one of the more moderate members, to be honest with you. It's why I'm part of them. My family's been tied to the league for years.
Honey leans down to Dee Dee and goes, Nepo baby.
Oh yeah.
Not loud enough for him to hear, but he does see her lean down.
Yeah. In
Whisper something.
all seriousness, I'm here to collect someone who is wanted for murder. I'm here to collect a former general of the Drab that's been hiding out in these parts. And
Former Drab General.
yeah,
It's first I hear that.
heading up a bandit posse.
Mm.
Probably the ones that got to us on that train. So I don't
Oh,
feel...
talking about that hot motherfucker and his posse.
Now that one I hope you kill.
Richard.
Something like that.
No, like he looks at Honey. Richard, right?
I believe that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, traitorous bastard, but I'm here to get him.
Synonymous with dick for a reason.
Ooh,
And not the reason
so.
Dee Dee's interested in.
Shame it's come to this, but what can I do? Anyway.
I'll tell you what though,
you
if
should.
you like find some criminal or something, I got one up in the swamps that you can go look at, have a go at.
That's true.
Now, that's
I
a
mean,
real rat bastard right there.
Listen, I feel like after what we've been through, I at least not owe you, but I feel like I can be honest with you all here. In Richard's case, I don't necessarily want to go and get him. Before he turned traitor, he was my commanding officer back when we were in the army together. And
Oh,
Like an
sounds
Anakin
tense.
Obi-Wan situation.
I'm going to go and get him and take him in alive if I can. As far as Alex concerned, I can do my best, but like I said, he murdered a fine woman who had a lot of a future ahead of her. She was
Allegedly.
Look, Candor, if there is one thing I know about Alec, and truly, it is the one thing I know about Alec, it is that he loved that woman. Till death did them part.
Tell you
Yeah,
what,
he
that
pines
woman.
over that picture.
I have to go. I'm going to have to find him, and then I'm going.
I'm
to
just
deal with
warning
him.
you, if you go and bring him back to Corvangeline and
If-
don't leave anyone else in charge, this whole town's gonna starve.
If you all want to accompany me when I go looking for Alec, I am more than happy to bring you along.
Why?
If it would make you feel better for him to admit to his crimes, I got certain ways of making sure people are truthful about that type of thing.
Honey's pretty good at sensing a lie from what I can tell. And
Oh, thank you,
no-
Dee Dee.
You've known that shopkeep for a hot minute, haven't you? Have you ever like sensed any lies when he's talking about his wife?
No, that man is quick to tear up more than any man I've ever met.
There you have it. He's innocent.
What if it was a passion? What if it was a crime of passion?
What if it was a passion of crime?
It was a passion of crime.
I mean, I know some
Look.
people have a passion for crime. That is why they engage in criminal enterprises.
Like I said, though, he's out of town. It's going to take me a little bit of time to go get him.
Well, if you need some assistance finding your way through the wastes, I know it pretty well. I mean, especially if there is some coin to be made, I do not mind.
Yeah, fair enough. But like I said, I'm probably going to go. I'm going to take a couple of days of rest before I go do any more bounty hunting. If that is something you are all interested in doing and you want to join me, I'm probably going to go after Richard first, to be honest with you. Have a little bit more skin in that game. Other than that,
How mad would you be if I shot him?
I mean, it's a dead or alive situation, but I prefer to take people in alive. This way they can have a proper trial.
I'd prefer him
Kneecaps?
alive too, to be honest.
Being dead's not
Kneecap.
that bad. You just come back later.
Listen, honey, as a lawman, there's a certain level of...
Is Darla a sociopath now?
She might be a little traumatized.
Honey, there's a certain level of respect I have to have for a person being a lawman, and shooting someone in the kneecaps for no reason directly goes against that.
But if there's no afterlife, there's no consequences.
There is an afterlife. You were just there.
But not for long.
I mean, you could have been there for longer if you'd wanted, I suppose.
All right, this is far too deep.
Regardless, I'm not a cop, and I don't like him.
All right, just like I said, don't just kill people willy nilly. Life is precious.
I didn't say I was gonna kill him willy nilly.
We don't know a willy nilly.
Well, hold on. How much is the bounty?
His bounty is pretty big. It's 2,000 gold.
I mean,
pieces.
is it willy nilly big? Because
No, Lorgar.
It's 2,000.
What did you just say?
It's 2,000 gold pieces. If we were to go collect it, I'd be willing to split it half and half with your party. So you all would get 1,000 between yourself. I get 1,000 for myself.
Lorgar looks very deep in thought.
To give the party an idea, 1,000 divided by 6, because I'll say that Twitty is getting like a stipend. Well, 1,000 divided by 5 is 200 gold pieces each.
Sorta narrows her eyes. It says 70-30, and I won't do anything willy-nilly.
70-30 in my favor it is.
No, 70-30 in our favor. Good
Oh,
try,
boy.
though.
Counter. Enough for each of you to get 200 gold a pop. Including your shopkeep friend, Twitty.
Hold on. I need to do mental math, and I'm not good at mental math. Hold on.
We're holding on. Oh, we can't hold on much longer.
I think that's
Rose.
close to what I was asking for anyway.
Yeah, it's 60-40. It's 60-40.
Yeah, Honey was asking for 70-30 with the intention of getting 60-40.
Yeah.
So she smiles and puts out her hand and says, "Deal."
Excellent.
So we're killing willy nilly?
No, unfortunately. But fortunately for Dee Dee,
She liked that guy. And for you, you also like that guy.
Oh, okay.
I
get told what I like. I don't know. I can't make up my mind.
Dorla, do you remember the bandit, what was in charge of your old bandit buds?
Well, that was in charge of them after they left Darla.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Do you actually, or are you just saying yes because you feel like that's the right answer?
Is it not the right answer?
So you don't remember the guy I'm talking about? The guy that...
I remember. I have a good memory.
Okay, good. Okay. He's got a bounty on his head, and we're all gonna make a lot of money if we bring him in. Do you remember how you felt about that guy, whether you liked him or not? I was not super keen on him, neither was Christine. And neither was Lorgar, but
Okay,
Dee Dee was...
If you all don't like him, I guess I don't like him either.
Well, Dee Dee liked him.
Dee Dee likes a lot of people.
Dee Dee is pretty indiscriminate about that, yes. But you are welcome to form your own opinions, Darla.
No, thank you.
Okay. Worry about you sometimes, Darla.
Does this skin look like it's getting, like, chunkier?
No.
Chunkier, like soup.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Not soup.
No, dear. You
Rock
look fine.
soup.
Rock soup. Oh, and a Amber.
You know who probably would be able to tell Darla a fair amount about what's going on to her
That's
right now.
true. Honey says, I miss Amber, and then has an idea all on her own with no one else prompting her and says,
You know, we have a couple days. We might be able to go out and see Amber. And maybe she can.
oh no, Shy, where did you go?
I'm here. What
Your
happened?
camera died.
Oh no! Hold on.
Arnar, my camera, it's broken.
It's Luna. It's
Oh.
my
Luna.
Luna.
What did
Oh.
you do?
By the power of the moon, she punished you.
She did. She did so. She's sitting on my computer. I don't know what she. Oh God, where? I'm still here.
All right.
What happened to Shy?
My cat.
Luna disconnected her camera, I think.
How did you do this?
Oh dear.
Oh,
Phoebe tried pouncing on Cookie's tail.
Meow.
Phoebe.
Just so soft. She's getting bigger.
But
The cookie.
now you do have a couple days. Cander's willing to wait. If things come up, he has time in the world. Like essentially right now, any time he spends not working is a vacation, which he does not usually take. So he doesn't mind waiting around.
As you can see, Candor, Darla's got some rocky
Rocks on
business to take care
Yeah.
of. So we're gonna see a friend about that.
All right.
I think she's out on the ranch. I don't suppose we can borrow a horse.
Cantor just goes into his
Maybe
pack
two?
and just says, "I have enough. Just make sure you return them, all right?"
Of course, of course.
And hands you a pack of 5 portable horses.
Nice!
Like add water?
No, they're like little metal horses that you put on the ground. You say
Yes.
a command word, and then they turn into big horses.
Oh, I don't care for that.
Oh, Lorgar. I'm not
Hey.
walking. I'm tired of walking. Everybody makes me walk everywhere, and I don't like it.
Oh, all right, all right. I will not say one more word about these things as long as we all acknowledge that they are unnatural and should not exist.
You know, Lorgar, had I known you had this proclivity before coming here, and had I been friends with you before this, I would have. I'll tell you what. In the future, Lorgar, I'll replace the one that I'm giving you with a different one that looks like an actual horse. How's that sound?
Its appearance is not particularly the matter of the issue. It's the fact that they are mechanical. They are not part of the natural world is something I object to.
What if it's made of wood?
I mean, that might be all right. That would be some lovely craftsmanship.
Yeah, magic is natural, wood is natural, a magical wooden horse. There you go.
One wood horse for Lorgar. And
I mean, I appreciate that.
It's what I do.
You seem to have quite a wide portfolio, but that's a matter for another day.
Bounty hunting, landlord, and
So, just out of curiosity, is that like the big old tent outside of town? Is something being built? There was like weird music and such. I don't know what that's all about.
It's a circus.
I don't know what that
that's-
is.
That's the circus, Lorgar.
I don't know what they're in town for, honestly.
you did see a bunch of animals in cages, Lorgar.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
They're not real animals, Lorgar. Don't waste your time.
Are they made of metal as well?
They're people playing dress up, sort of. Magic dress up. I don't get it, but
Oh,
you know,
well,
to each their own.
I suppose that's their business if they want to engage in that sort of. My mother always said wild shape is for very specific things. Not that.
Right. Well,
Just get weird here.
it did,
All
but
right.
I'm gonna move past it, for all our sakes.
I appreciate that.
I do as well. So, Amber. And then bounty hunting.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Amber, bounty hunting.
So she may have chewed through the cord.
Oh
So,
Wow.
no!
you might. I'm here.
Oh no!
I don't know how this happened. She was so quiet for like 5 minutes.
That's how you know
Well,
they're
She
in
was
bed.
chewing the cord. Oh no! Peaceful Peace Blossom is here.
Oh boy.
Luna Bear.
All right.
Do you want us to hold off while you call in on your phone or something, or do you not mind one way or the other?
No, I don't mind. I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, chat, thank you for putting up with us in all our glory. But
Or something.
God.
yeah, as y'all are leaving, you can see the circus is like ramping up. Stepping out in front of Lorgar's path specifically is a little old lady, Balti's grandmother.
Aw.
Oh, Mr. Lorgar, I apologize for interrupting you on your way out of town. Have you seen Balti around by chance?
Not today. Is it possible he has been perhaps abducted by this circus?
I haven't seen him since yesterday, and they weren't here yet. He said something about seeing some lizard folk and needing to go and talking to them.
Do I know anything about other lizard folk?
Only the ones in the swamp to the south.
That's quite a ways, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm sure Balti will be fine. And if he's not, well, less problem in my bonnet. Did he specify that he was talking about swamp lizard folk, or did he mean me, you think?
I assumed he met you, but from what I told you, you were out of town, so maybe some other lizard folk made their way out to the area.
Where was the last place you saw him?
Last I saw him, he was heading out of town to the south.
Well, that is the direction of the swamp. I will see if perhaps if I can catch up to him and I'll turn him around. I'd like to do like a survival check to track the child through the wilderness.
Make me a general survival check as you're like getting towards the outside of town.
All right. 23.
There are several Rooksy tracks out here.
Oh, well, that's unusual. Well, I suppose I shall follow them.
They're heading to the south. Like it looks like they've been traveling for a long time.
All right,
Not
everyone,
fresh tracks.
take a few weeks off. Laura is going to go do a solo adventure and take up the whole stream.
But
I'm
it
assuming
does.
this is different from the direction we were planning on going in.
Well, it is like the ranch is to the south.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the map, which you should be on, the ranch is right here.
Okay.
The swamp is over here.
Gosh.
And it's like raised up. So there's like a stone pathway that goes up the side of this cliff face. It has like waterfalls from the swamp coming down. It's very picturesque and beautiful.
The swamp is picturesque.
Yes, it's not a poison swamp, so you're fine.
Hey, I lived in a very picturesque swamp.
Did you though? I mean, it's a
I
swamp.
would hope it was a very picturesque swamp because your frog lived out the rest of their life there too. So.
Frog?
Oh yeah, when Lorgar was a kid, he had this pet frog, and when he had to move with his mom, he gave me the frog, and I finished raising the frog for him.
I appreciate you
Aw.
taking good care of Iggy.
You named it Iggy, Matthew?
I mean, for short.
This is short for Striga.
Hmm?
Remember my last dog who died?
It's not important.
Oh my god.
Remember my dog that died of cancer in January, Matt?
Oh, sorry, I completely
That
forgot about that. My mind was going in a completely other
you
direction.
heartless man!
I don't know which is
No, I
worse.
love
You
it.
remembering and including it on purpose or forgetting?
I was trying to make a reference to Igora.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know anime, but I know my dogs that have
No,
died of
no,
cancer.
no. It's not anime.
Yeah, Igura is basically
Well,
an
it is
anime
kind of
character.
because Will based it off of fucking
Y'all are nerds.
Naruto, but
I am sorry, Abby.
I based
No,
Gama
you are
off of
fine. It's
Naruto.
hilarious. I love it. I have.
I wish I had more
big
fruit
dog
juice
humor.
left.
you said it, and we all just went. What did he say?
If there's one thing I love more than me making dead dog jokes, it's me trapping other people in dead dog jokes.
Well, this has been rough. Let's move on.
Oof.
Ooh,
Oof.
ooh, a pun really now, Will? Now?
Your next cookie.
Abby, don't put that
Wow.
energy into the world.
Hey, she did not have cancer during her first vet visit. That was woohoo. That's one up for me.
That's right.
You know,
That's
when-
a win. A win is a
Yeah.
win.
A win is a
A
win.
win is a win.
I know when you told me that she was like in and out of the hospital, or when I saw on Facebook, I was just like,
Oh,
good
no.
fucking god. Not
Round
again.
3, let's go. Even my mom thought that. She's like, oh, I'm so glad it was just a tummy ache. I was so worried there for a second that you would go 3 for 3.
Jesus. Anyway.
Anyway.
All right, so I guess we're maybe doing two things at once heading south.
Yep. Sounds like it.
That multitasking.
Traveling along by horseback, things are pretty calm. The wilds are pretty fine, and since you're on horses, the hyena vipers do not bother you.
The what?
The hyena vipers.
I remember those.
Yeah, I remember those.
Okay.
One of I honestly, as a homebrew monster is concerned, it is one of my favorite things I've ever made at this point.
Aw.
I love those little buggers. They're cute.
Cute as a word.
Yeah, that's the word for it.
They're adorable. But you're able to, after a day of travel, get to the ranch. As you're arriving, basically, you see Amber is just kind of keeping watch, and she kind of gets down from this watchtower that's basically been set up. It's like, miss me already, Miss Honeymadeline.
Oh, you know it. Dearly, dearly.
We're not here for her.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we could be.
Points, looks at Darla, very confused.
That's why we're here. You see the
Yeah.
family resemblance.
Please do not graft that onto my family tree.
They could do a lot worse.
I
Darla,
have another sister.
do you have? She just comes and is it okay if I grab your arm, Darla?
Okay.
Right, she just grabs your arm and kind of Darla, did you eat any strange rocks recently?
Just the ones that were
No.
glowing green.
Yeah, remember we were. You ate. Oh, how are you alive?
Well, it
I
wasn't.
swear to God, I tried to get her to throw it up.
I mean, she wasn't for a little bit.
So, fun fact.
I mean,
Now I'm back.
and you got
Afro
rocks.
Makes me confused.
All right. Well, I'm not magically inclined. I'm a fighter by all means, but it's looking like you got some Orid in you now, dear.
Whoa. Whoa. Now, I know my mother. Okay? And she never had an aura in her.
Oh boy.
Well, did you know your father?
Maybe she had an aura in her.
Oh boy. What a night we're having tonight.
I love it.
No, I mean that's a genetic trait. What the fuck is genetics? That's a trait of a background of folks like me, elemental folks. I don't know. Here, let's test it. Darla, you should
Yeah.
you eat this. Just throws you a rock.
Wait,
Darla puts it in her mouth, no hesitation.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's
boy.
not much different than what she did before, so.
Darla, normally when you ate rocks, there was like usually some like grinding or like teeth breaking
don't.
feelings.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. Oh.
Now it just goes down smooth.
Well, what do you know? I got a superpower.
Yeah.
So,
Does this mean Twitty's not my sister?
We'll put a pin in that.
oh, I'm sure if you want Twitty to be your sister, she'll be your sister.
Huh. I did not think that I did not think I would have a stranger interaction than yesterday today. Strange. All right.
Well,
Darla.
you know now that begs the question: what strange interaction did you have yesterday?
A whole bunch of Aruxi came by.
You know what? We were just talking about that. They didn't happen to have a small child with them, did they?
Yeah, they were taking a kid back with them to the swamp. One of them's still in the house. They needed to rest. They got bit by one of the viper hyenas. If you need to talk to them.
Yeah.
Couldn't hurt. It might hurt him.
We'll talk to them, be real nice about it, and then maybe if Darla has any more questions about being part rock. I'm sorry, I really don't need to be insensitive. I don't know how this works.
I've never seen someone become part Orid before in my life. Darla, if you'd like, I can tell you about the boulders and the pebbles.
That sounds nice.
All right. Yeah, let's go have a talk, Darla. And Amber just kind of like puts her arm around you and starts like leading you towards the pasture.
Are you gonna put
Taking
it?
her out to
I'm
the
going
field.
I'm going to take you to the greener one.
Oh God, I'm dying again.
Honey sort of looks at Amber like,
What?
Sounds like you're taking her out to.
No, it's we just put grass into a pasture. It's very green, pretty.
All right.
What is that?
You
Some sort of?
understand?
No, I don't. Is that some sort of saying in the material plane?
Taking him out to greener pastures? Yeah.
Oh. All right, not like that.
Did you ever had like a little rock puppy or something as a youngin, and your parents are like, oh, we took him upstate to a farm.
Oh, they took him to the rock They took him to the rock tumbler to get polished
My
up.
mom went to a farm. She never came back. I think she's doing really well there.
I'm real sorry about your dog, Amber.
That's fine. Amber just like quizzically, and now they just continue to lead Darla away. Darla, let's do the Darla Amber talk first. I want to have this discussion.
Oh boy.
All right, Darla. Now listen, I know that half of what I'm going to tell you is going to go in one ear and right out the other. I'm really hoping
Only
that
half?
maybe there's some rock in your head that's going to keep some of it in now.
Okay.
All right. So, Orids are elemental folks. We're tied to the plane of Earth. We very strong. We rock, as some folks might say, and to be quite honest with you, it's not really something that people just randomly get sometimes. So this is very different. But if this is something you're interested in, I'm more than happy to help you sort of like understand what's going on to the best of my ability. Like what questions you got?
So like I died, and
Okay.
then everything was white, and
All right.
everything felt at peace and bright, and I finally felt warm and like light. And then I wasn't anymore, and I woke up, and now I'm like this, and people are like loud, and it's no longer warm and bright.
Oh boy, this is not a heritage question. This is a philosophical. Oh boy. All right, Darla.
I went nap, and then I woke up, but now I don't feel refreshed.
Yeah. Honey, I'm going to. All right. So sometimes people die, Darla.
Oh, but only when they are killed.
But
Hey.
it sounds like your friends didn't much like that for you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Everybody's sad.
Yeah, and it sounds like they went and they tried to solve that for you, and things didn't necessarily go all right.
Oh, like the government.
You know, if that helps you, yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Um, I guess the question is, Darla, do you? I'm. Fuck, I don't even want to ask this. Um, Darla, do you understand what happened to you at all?
I mean, yeah, I went to sleep, and now I'm not asleep,
Okay.
and I don't feel like I'm refreshed after you feel when you sleep.
Okay.
But now, like, I just want to do it to other people.
That is terrifying, Darla. Um,
Hmm.
And you told me I'm strong now.
yeah, you got rocks on your arms. It should protect you too. Here, let me just kind of like, yeah, that should be good. If you if that can spread some, you might be able to get yourself like a natural armor. Um. Anyway, Darla, it sounds like you have a lot of questions to answer, but they're not necessarily questions another person can answer. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, okay. Some people just tell me to stop talking, so I do that too.
Well, no. Why would? I don't think that's healthy. I think this is something you need to work through. And if you want to talk something out, if you want to like just kind of like go stream of consciousness, I'm more than happy to listen to you. It's,
So, like, don't you think it's just wild that you could just go away and then come back? Do you, like, that could be like an anybody thing.
yeah, but it sounds like
Go when you come back.
your friends had to put a fair amount of effort to get you back. Is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this is necessarily an everybody thing. I think this is a you were very lucky you got this another chance thing. At least that's just my opinion.
Do you think we could do it again?
Would you want to?
Like, science on someone else.
I don't really think it would be ethical to do that to another person.
Oh boy.
But if they come back, there's nothing wrong with it, right?
Well, I mean, not technically in like the most like black and white sense, but there's a certain amount of nuance here, Darla.
Okay. So I'm a rock now?
Part rock, at least.
Okay.
How the fuck is that working with your blood system? Anyway.
But are you an island?
Yeah, at least part rock. I mean, you can eat rocks now pretty safely. You know, you might be able to glide through rocks eventually. You might be able to get rock skin as armor. I don't know what's going to happen to you if I'm being entirely honest, but I'm sure you'll find out.
This was a good talk.
Glad I could help.
Darla just stared at you.
Let's get you back to your friends here, Darla. I'll carry you there. She just kind of like picks you up and like fireman's you.
Whee!
There you go. The camera shows Amber's face of just complete fear and dread as she's carrying Darla. But we're going to jump back to the party. Once you enter into the household, one of the staff kind of just takes you into a back room. The owner of the house is currently not in. She is out tending to some of the cattle. But they do have their guest in their guest room. There's a couple of knocks at the door, and there's just a very gruff, "Come in."
Go in.
And yeah, as you enter in, there is another Uruxi, with a similar sort of look to Lorgar, except their scales are a little bit more dark green, less sun bleached. And they just kind of look up.
Tell me Lorgar has sun damage?
He's got frosted tips.
No.
I'm to ignore that.
He locks eyes with you, Lorgar. Lorgar.
I don't have a gun to draw.
Lorgar, is that you?
I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage, friend. You seem to know my name, but I do not know yours.
I apologize. It's been some time. Kruk. You may not remember me, but at least while you were in the village, we spent some time together.
Hold on. Did they just sort of curse there, or was that the name?
Kruk. Kruk.
Okay. I just thought, oh, Kruk.
Kruk. Kruk. Kruk.
All right.
You're not gonna tell us how y'all know each other, or?
Well, Lorgar was part of the village for a little bit before they left.
Which village?
One in the swamp. The Black Grass.
Oh.
Not sure I actually ever knew the name. All very interesting, I'm sure. But we are here for a very specific purpose. I hear your fellows or comrades are traveling in the company of a human child. What's all that about?
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but the seer said that we need to go and grab the druid we need to go and collect a druid from Gall Line to help with a ritual, and that's what we're doing. We need to commune with the ancestors, Lord. There's something going on in the bayou.
What kind of ritual?
One that will allow us to speak with folks who had passed on.
Funny that. But just to be clear, then for this purpose, then this child has been abducted.
We asked them to come with us. They said they'd come and help.
They are a child. They are not capable of making that kind of decision for themselves.
Well, if there's another druid in that town that the seer told us to get, I don't know who it was going to be.
I'm not sure that makes this any better.
Lorgar, honey, aren't you a druid?
Thank you for saying that out loud where people can perhaps hear you.
I mean, it's you or the kid.
Honey also makes that face like, fuck, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Well, I guess now we just gotta kill everyone.
I mean, to be fair, you're not in town, so maybe they were looking for somebody else.
I doubt.
True.
I doubt that they were actually aware of that necessarily, nor do they care to make that kind of distinction.
We making people take nap naps?
No, sweetheart, we're. Oh.
I mean, a lot of things are on the table right
Yeah.
now.
Also, Amber's just put Darla down beside you, and she's like has her hand on your shoulder, honey, and like you can tell by looking at her eyes saying, "We need to talk." When after this is done, and she just like walks away.
When she comes in carrying Darla over her shoulder, Dee Dee says, "Gods, I wish that were me."
Mm-hmm. Something Shadowheart.
She looks like she could pick me up and throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety.
Something Shadowheart.
Lorgar, you're practicing druidic art?
I mean, yes, I suppose we can just get that out in the open, yes.
to learn it yourself or from your mother.
I'm not entirely sure that is particular any of your business, sir. I do not know you. And also, you are party to child abduction. So,
Not abduction. Like I said, the whole swamp's in danger. There's been a increase of animal activity.
I mean, it is a
Specifically
swamp.
specifically insects invading in and sort of setting up nests far too large for them, throwing the natural order out of balance. Something's going on here. It's been encroaching into the swamp. It's been going deeper and deeper, and there's no sign of them stopping. It's like they're eating their way through it.
Well, that is concerning news, I will admit. Anything else you can tell us that might be of interest? Because if this is as serious as you say it is, we should perhaps not linger here too long.
I'm just a guard, Lorgar. I'm not gifted in anything. I just hit things with a club.
Yeah, but you got eyes, you got ears.
From what I've understood and from what the seer told us, we need to collect a druid from Galtline in order to help with the ritual and act as a focus, so that we could speak to a guardian, ancestral guardian. They'd be able to tell us what was going on with the swamp and what we would need to do to solve it and return natural order.
Lorgar, you like natural orders too?
I do like that. I do like the natural order. This is a known part of my character.
What sort of components does this ritual necessitate?
Hopefully not a child of any kind.
No, we just needed another caster for it.
That wasn't my question.
Nightshade, a number of rare herbs. I'm not much of a educated lizard folk, I'm afraid. It's essentially a commune with dead ritual.
Well, I don't know what all goes into that. And she sort of like side eyes Lorgar, like, do you know if he's being honest about these?
Well, what I have to roll to figure that out?
A nature check.
All right. 17. No, it's a little. This is a little different than the usual kind of stuff I am.
A 17 is enough.
Oh, okay. We are only level 4.
Yeah, a 17 is enough. You know that. So Uruksi, also known as lizard folks, are often surrounded by the spirits of their ancestors and like their settlements. And like literally they honor their dead by like making them part of the architecture. Like they'll make bone, like there's like bone buildings that exist in Uruksi settlements.
Yeah.
Rats.
One of the ways that this can happen is there's a thing, specifically an undead creature, called a Uruksi Asatur. It is a Uruksi spirit, often of a druid, that is brought into a collection of other Uruksi bones so that they can commune with the village and protect it from danger. The best way to put it is it's basically like it would be the Uruksi equivalent of summoning a guardian angel.
Interesting.
So, Lorgar, what do you think?
Well, we do need to get the child back.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm also considering encasing their feet in rocks at certain points so they stop wandering off.
They do have a way about them wandering.
Well, I suppose we best head that. Also, The concept of increased the insects growing out of hand in the swamp is concerning because that is reasonably close to goal line.
Yeah. Well, isn't there some sort of bug thing that's been happening for a while now?
Yes, there is a bug thing that's been happening
What?
for a while
Stop
now.
smiling so much.
Would I know anything about that in character?
I think everyone probably, specifically you, would have known about it because like incursions have happened in places where honey has grown up. But there is
Yep.
to the south the Broodlands, which
Yep.
is all bugs.
Gross.
Massive bugs, human-sized bugs, from what people say. And it's sort of been ever expanding towards like the populated areas. Like new nests pop up, and then the swarms just get out of hand, and basically they devour everything in their path.
Yep. So I've got good news and bad news for you, my druid friend. No, actually, I suppose it's just bad news. You should probably just right off the swamp. Those bugs are. I mean, I'm sorry, but they're not going anywhere.
I mean,
why are you apologizing to me? Or are you apologizing to the
I
other
mean,
one?
honey,
Apologizing to the
to
other
be fair,
one.
they can be fought back. Like you have seen an incursion of these bugs pushed back before.
I've seen them be pushed back by a very specific group of people with very
Yeah.
specific means. Gonna go out on a limb here and say that these druids do not have those means.
Well, it depends on how established the nest is.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, this is the same swamp where my house is.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe we just go and evacuate. And then just set the whole thing on fire.
The swamp?
Yep.
Well, fun fact, that wouldn't actually solve anything. That might make it just easier for them to set up.
Also,
and then
swamps,
come
you know,
towards goal line.
famously wet.
I mean, with enough gasoline, anything will burn.
With enough what?
Gasoline?
What is that?
It's like a water, but
Fire water.
flammable.
Fire water is something very different, as I understand it.
I didn't say it was fire water. I said it was gasoline, which
I
is
was
black
responding
water,
to the
but-
voice.
What voice?
You know, the one that sometimes asks us to roll things.
Lord, do you need a nap or something?
I've been out in the sun a lot.
I can tell, Lorgar, your scales really lost their
You-
sheen.
You be quiet. I'm
Alright.
done with you.
Yikes.
All right.
I said be quiet.
Don't have to be mad at me. I'm just Crux.
He's
I
just
think
Crux.
people need to take a nap in the dirt.
Hey, Crux,
It-
would you
but
like to meet?
I
would you like-
make eye contact with Amber like, oh,
You
so
just
that's
hear,
what you're
yeah,
talking about.
Amber just like nods and like,
So, Darla, that's the second time you've mentioned that. Care to expand on that line of thought?
Nah.
All right.
Please do either way.
I'm a rock.
You sure are, hun.
um,
And you're gonna eat so many rocks.
Darla just slowly turns to
Awesome.
Amber and like smiles and winks.
Not that
Winks.
one.
not personally my type, dear, but honey, there was actually something I had for you. I just need to grab it on my quarters. If you want to come with me for a sec.
Surely.
Guys, I wish that were me.
I mean, you're free to join.
Oh, it's howdy will do.
I feel like we got several crises piling up right now. Do we really have time for this?
It's just a
Lorgar?
conversation, Lord.
Don't get involved,
Get your mind
Lorgar.
out of the gutter.
I'm just gonna go outside again. I like being outside.
A good plan. Why don't you take Darla with you and make sure she doesn't take
Hey,
any
Darla, let's
dirt
go
naps?
let's go look for cool rocks.
Figure out which one's tastiest.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Amber takes you to her room, and like she closes the door, she locks and says, "What the fuck did you all do to Darla?"
Lorgar blew her up. We didn't do anything, actually. It wasn't my
All
fault
right.
at
Well,
all.
she's now contemplating murdering people because there's no consequence for death, and she wants to like kill other people to see if they come back when that's not how it normally happens. I don't think she understands what happened to her.
I mean,
Do we?
she's kind of not wrong. Fun fact about death. Apparently, you can just do whatever you want after you die. There's no boneyard, there's no nothing. It's whatever you specifically believe in. And everyone's been fighting over it for years and years and years. You can even just go back to being alive if, you don't daddle too long. So I understand her thought process, but also I think she's in the wrong for wanting to experiment with it. I want to encourage her to be creative and encourage her curiosity, but maybe this is not the time for that.
I am all for more educated folks doing so, but I do not think these are the type of ethical experiments that we should be. Yeah. All right, good talk.
I suppose.
Next time y'all come by, hopefully it doesn't have
Evolve.
such a heavy set of circumstances to it. But if we ever do want to just spend some time together, I'm down.
Of course, of course. And the world's not ending and people ain't dying and look out for the bugs.
Amber just kind of like gives you like a hug. It's okay.
Honey accepts it.
We're going to get through this.
Technically, I also died.
Looks at you. Have you been thinking about murdering people for fun?
No.
You took a while to answer that.
Hold on.
Now, to be fair, this is part of Honey's natural charm.
27.
Yeah.
She don't know shit. It's very believable. That delayed no was very believable.
And to be fair, I also died, but rest assured, the only person I've ever considered murdering is my ex-husband.
I mean, we could go do that.
We're
I'm
heading for
thinking
the
about
swamp. We're heading for the swamp.
Darla can get it out of her system, and your ex can get what he has coming to him,
it.
and
And we can explain the permanence of death by leading by example.
I like this plan. I like this plan a lot. And then you're gonna write a banging song about it. The best songs are always about women killing their exes.
It's true.
It's true.
Suddenly very happy McKenna's not a musician. But as our party has a number of crises stacking up and a number of ways for them to go, that is where we are going to end it tonight. Thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition
Yeehaw.
here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, like The Astral Calling on Friday, The Strength of Thousands on Monday, and of course Wild Ambition
Wild
every
Ambition.
Wednesday here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. We are going to raid somebody tonight because I remembered. So just let me quickly go to Pathfinder and let's see who's online tonight. Oh, there is nobody else playing Pathfinder.
We are
Tonight,
though.
by the looks of it.
Anyone playing D&D?
Yeah, there probably is. I'm going to go check. DUN Dungeons and Dargons.
Vote now. Do you think Darla should kill
Yes, let us
Dee Dee's
know.
ex?
Let us know by next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Write in your responses. It'll be like when they decided to kill Jason Todd.
Here, this stream has Muppets.
I love Muppets.
So we're going to go.
There's a growing consensus for the next Knives Out movie to involve Muppets.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
I have read this.
All right, but thank you all so much for coming. Check out those other shows, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.